Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to the video, and today we're here for another severe weather breakdown. Now we've got quite a few things to talk about today, including some temperature swings that are coming, some leftover storms from last night, and then also a tropical storm that is likely to make impact on the US. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the SPC outlook for today. Well, we have no marginal risks of severe weather, but we do have a general thunderstorm risk that's going to extend here into the Ohio Valley and the upper eastern Midwest, and then go down southwest into the deep south. Now, we also have one over here on the east coast and portions of the southeast and the deep south, so be aware in that region for some potential thunderstorms today. Now, moving on to tomorrow, we do not have any marginal risks of severe weather. We have an area that could see some thunderstorms here in the western portion of Michigan, the southeastern portion of Arizona, and the very southern bit of Texas there. But again, these storms will not be severe. They don't include very many major population centers, and overall, it's just not going to be a big deal tomorrow. Now, moving on to Saturday here, we do have a general thunderstorm risk here in the northeast, but again, we don't have any marginal risks of severe weather. These storms aren't going to be that bad if there are any at all, and most likely it's just going to be some rain showers, maybe a little bit of heavy rain moving through this area. So we're good to go for the next few days off of severe weather, but the National Hurricane Center is a bit more exciting here because we have Tropical Storm Philippe, but we're going to break that down more later. Then we have a disturbance here that is a 30% chance to form in the next 7 days that we really need to be watching, because we could have it head in this direction towards the United States. We could have it head in this direction towards South America. We could have it head north. We really don't know as of right now, so we need to be watching this in case this does form. Now, moving on to the Eastern Pacific here, we have Tropical Storm Lydia that is not expected to make landfall, although it will affect most likely some of these itty-bitty islands out here, so look out for that. Then we have this disturbance that has a 10% chance to form the next 7 days and a 10% chance to form the next 48 hours. We don't know what it's going to do, but it's most likely not going to form anyway, so we are fine. Then we have this disturbance that has an 80% chance to form the next 7 days and a 40% chance to form the next 48 hours. I think we could definitely see this form today. I think there's definitely probably like a 10 to 20% chance of that at least. I'm really watching this to see what it's going to do, because as of right now, I'm not too sure. And the National Hurricane Center isn't too sure either, it looks like. And we need to be watching this because we don't want to have another Tropical Storm Hilary. Central Pacific here, nothing else new. So let's go ahead and move on to the track for Philippe, where it is currently a 40-mile-per-hour storm, but it's going to head off to the north, re-strengthen, eventually impact Bermuda most likely, and Bermuda may actually get the main impact from this if the cone of uncertainty moves back over it. But regardless, it's definitely going to get some heavy rain, maybe a little bit of storm surge, some damaging winds possible, and much more. So we'll continue to head up north here, just like Tropical Storm Philippe does here. And then eventually, once we reach Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, a lot of Atlantic Canada, Maine, and portions of New Hampshire, we're expecting this to make landfall as a 50-mile-per-hour storm sometime on the night of October 7th or the morning of October 8th. So we really need to be watching in this region, okay? This thing is coming up fast. This is a very similar situation to Hurricane Lee, where it came out from this direction down here, impacted Bermuda and portions of the Lesser Antilles, then went up north and made a landfall in Atlantic Canada. But this time, it's going to turn left once it gets to Atlantic Canada here, and potentially go into portions of Quebec here, and then end its lifetime as a 35-mile-per-hour storm on the 9th at 2 a.m. in this region here in Canada. So look out for that. Finally, watches, warnings, and advisories. We have a decent portion of dense fog advisories in effect here for the Northeast. This does include Boston, and as well as many other of the large cities that are in the New England states. This does not include New York City, but New York City is under a special weather statement for fog, so look out this morning if you're driving around here in the New England states. You could potentially run into some patchy dense fog. We have a huge area that is under a freeze watch right now, okay? So if you are anywhere here in the western Midwest or the interior Northwest, I'd be watching out for some freezing potential, as we've seen a huge cold cold front come in this region very recently. Really, today's the first day that you're really going to be feeling that. So definitely look out. Don't be driving on icy roads unless you can do it safely and carefully in this region. We do have some leftover storms from last night here in south central Texas in the Austin-San Antonio region. Last night there was a huge event in the DFW where we had some strong to severe and even considerable severe thunderstorms, as well as a tornado warning in that region. But yeah, it was a pretty big event last night, but now it has moved off to the south here in the Austin-San Antonio region where we've got flood advisory, special weather statements. This storm is still doing wind gusts up to 50 to 55 miles an hour, and less than an hour ago, we still even had a severe thunderstorm warning in effect, so maybe even up to 60 miles an hour. So definitely be looking out there in the south central and southeastern Texas region today. Heat advisories kind of scattered across California here, which is funny because it's just 3 states away from Wyoming, which has a freeze watch for a decent portion of the state. We do have some freeze warnings in effect here for portions of Colorado and New Mexico, so again, look out for icy roads. But that's pretty much it for right now. Pretty calm. So that's pretty much it for today. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.